Hi everyone, I'm Donna Stellhorn, your practical astrologer, and today we are talking about Jupiter in Cancer and the restaurant industry. And so I want to talk about Jupiter in the sign of Cancer, which is about food and family. And then Jupiter is going to go into the sign of Leo, which is about kids and fun and how that could affect the restaurant industry. Now, I don't know much about the restaurant industry. I've never worked in a restaurant. And so if you know about these things, I would love for you to comment on this video and tell me, like, are we on the right track? Does this sound like what you're seeing in the industry? Because together, I think that we could unravel what's ahead. So Jupiter is already in the sign of Cancer, and it's going to be there until June 2026. And then it goes into the sign of Leo, where it will stay till July 2027. Now, I do think that there is going to be an increase in the focus on food and family and fun during this time. However, we can't look at some of these outer planets, and actually Jupiter's barely an outer planet. We can't look at them in isolation. We have to consider the other planets, and specifically Saturn, because when we're talking about an industry, we really are looking at the dynamic between Jupiter and Saturn, where Jupiter wants to expand to, as big as possible. And then Saturn wants to consolidate, to make something solid and strong and to build something that's going to last. Now, oftentimes we can see Saturn as a block, but it's only because we really wanted unlimited expansion. We wanted to just be able to have unlimited freedom or unlimited money. And Saturn always says, no, there are limits. So while Jupiter is traveling through the sign of Cancer, I would expect that we would see an increase in how many people are dining out. But I think this will jump higher when Jupiter goes into Leo, when people want to do things with their kids, where they want to go have a fun experience. Now, it's an interesting dynamic that Saturn is now in Aries, and that is about entrepreneurship. And so it's possible that we are going to see some of the restaurant chains maybe shrink down a little bit so that they are working on their core sites, where other people are trying to double down to open their restaurants and really focus on that. Now, it's interesting that for some of this time with Jupiter in Cancer, that Saturn's going to retrograde back into Pisces, and that's going to be at the end of 2025 and early 2026. And I think at that point, we're going to see less people going out. There may be some things going on, like not a pandemic, but people afraid of the flu or what they could catch. So there's going to be more of people going back home. And that also could be because of prices or just wanting maybe weather concerns or things like that. So, but then when we get into next year, Saturn goes back into Aries, and I think new restaurants will open up. And then when Jupiter goes into Leo in mid-2026, then we could see people who have all these great ideas for entertaining, like new types of restaurants, new types of dining experiences, little pop-up shops, fun, different types of things for people to experience. So if you work in the restaurant industry, what do you think? Like, have you seen some of these trends? Is this something that people are talking about? And I will see you in the next video.